Well, NBA Youngboy is locked up right now.
Yeah, I see that.
And from what I understand, I've watched, some lawyers actually break down his case. He's actually facing a lot of time, and there's a lot of mandatory minimums that go
He's a
along with
fucking
what he's doing.
idiot, bro. I've been saying I swear to God, I was saying for the longest, like I've been, like you could go back, I've been saying like Youngboy is like, he wilding, like he don't want to be out here. Like you in a good position to do some bigger things, but his mentality, like, bro, I seen you going to jail. Like, it's like, bro, like you too focused on, like, you need some better people. I said it a long time ago, multiple times, different occasions. I'm like, bro, like this nigga, he could be something big, but you so want to be gangster. Like you act like he don't respect his position. Like that's what it is. Just to put it, he didn't respect his position. And that's how I always felt about Youngboy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've interviewed his brother, and I've talked to him about it, and he goes, well, he didn't really give me a great answer. And he goes, like, for one thing, like he goes out without security and then ends up getting into situations. And he's like, I got 20 security guys that he could choose from. But if you're not going to choose one, you're just going to run out. What are you going to do? He's a grown man.
Yeah.
21 years old, 8 kids, I think 8 baby mothers.
8 baby mamas. Including Mayweather's daughter.
Yeah, including Yaya, who stabbed his other baby mother. Let's not forget that part.
I like Yaya though.
I mean, it just seems like he just don't give a shit. But they came from a rough background, man. Like their mom abandoned them when they were like 2 years old.
You know what I mean? So he just like a wild. And I seen that in him, and it was like, bro, like, but I seen his potential at the same time. Like I seen you was on the threshold. It's like, bro,
he's not even on the threshold. He's really one of the biggest artists today.
Period. No, yeah, but you still your mind doesn't. You still want to be you act like the common street thug, like the common ruffian, like you know what I mean? Like he needed to respect, like Lil Baby. It's like Lil Baby. You come from the street. Lil Baby is a street dude.
Yeah.
But Lil Baby, to me, from the outside looking in, he respects his position and he respects it more. He knows how to move. Like, you know what I mean? He a wild dude too, like, you know what I mean? But he got a little more respect for who he is. Like, and I just feel like
Yeah.
I mean, like look, that was Youngboy down for.
I mean, you have to, for anyone who is lucky enough to earn a living in entertainment, just realize that it can be taken away very quickly from you.
Easily, like in a
Between cancel culture, because you're so much in the spotlight. You know what I mean? If I was Vlad the computer programmer, which is where my life was heading at one point, I could do dumb shit and it doesn't really matter.
It don't matter, yeah.
But as Vlad, the public figure, the owner of Vlad TV, every single tweet, every single comment, every single private conversation, even, I got to learn that, like even private conversations with people who I think are my friends could turn around and be
some big
misconstrued and retold in a fucked up manner and twisted up and everything. Whereas like, all of us are very lucky to be here. We get to wake up every morning and do something we actually like. We don't have to put on a suit and go to an office we don't want to be at, or go work on an assembly line, or go sweep up garbage, or clean out toilets. Like, we actually get to make good money doing something we like to do, and we shouldn't be big enough, have an ego to the point where we feel like we deserve it, and we're gonna have this no matter what happens. Like, the public can turn on you. I mean, look at R. Kelly. He's on top of the world, and now it looks like he may never get out.
Exactly.
He may never get out.
Is it looking like that? Like, what did they even sentence him to?
Well, he didn't get sentenced to anything. He hasn't had a trial yet.
Yeah, he just in jail sitting. Like
he's sitting. His trial is actually set. I actually wrote this down. It's set, actually, he has a sex trafficking trial set in August in Brooklyn. And then, like, his associates have been found guilty for setting, like, his girlfriend's car on fire, one of his accusers. He was on top of the world. And once again, just feeling like I'm so big that laws don't apply to me. Like, they have a videotape of me having sexual relations with an underage girl. I beat that case, and I'm going to continue to hang out.
Continue to,
and R. Kelly continues to hang out with underage girls after that.
Just completely disappeared. He didn't even beat it. That shit just that kid. I wonder if you remember
what do you mean?
The 14-year-old girl kid. It was just like disappeared.
Oh, I know the story about her.
But I'm saying, like, didn't the case just like never went to trial?
No, it went to trial. He beat it.
Did he?
Yeah, he got acquitted.
I never heard.
He got acquitted because the girl said it's not her. The girl said it's not her. And when the main victim is saying it's not her,
they got no case.
You have reasonable doubt, right? And like her friends are saying it's her, and her aunt, Sparkle is saying it's her, whatever. But the girl itself is saying that's not me. And there's no way to prove it one way or another. And if it was a civil trial, he would have lost, because then that's a 51%, 49% situation. But as a criminal trial is beyond a reasonable doubt. And his lawyers were good enough to prove that there's a doubt that might not be her. This might be some 18-year-old somewhere. Yeah. And, I remember I interviewed one of his other accusers, one of his other former girlfriends, and she described how the girl's father, who actually played bass on R. Kelly's albums,
the one who brought her to
him, had to watch that video.
Exactly.
And he was crying as he was watching it and had to say that's not her. And on the week of the trial, that whole family went on a cruise out of the country.
He paid them off.
Of course. And just recently, like when he went to prison, that girl actually filed for bankruptcy. Meaning that he had been paying her off.
All this time?
All this time.
Oh, so now.
And then at the point that he went to prison, there's no more income.
No money,
No more money. She was probably living off this whole time. She was probably like, all right, because look, at the end of the day, it's not like it was statutory rape, but he wasn't forcing himself on her. She wanted to be with him. So it's like, oh, okay. Oh, so now we're caught. All right, pay me off for the rest of my life. I'm cool with it. Like, I don't hate you. She didn't hate R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so it was like, okay, she took that money.
She wasn't forced. She wasn't clearly willing to do.
She was willing. Now that's still wrong. Let's just say
it's wrong. But I'm still saying wrong. She wasn't raped.
She wasn't. She was statutory raped.
It was statutory rape, right. But she wasn't forced to do anything.
She wasn't forcibly raped. So there's not a hatred towards R. Kelly to the point where she wanted to like get back at him. She was like, all right, just pay me off, and I'll never say anything. And then
which is still fucked up. But
it's completely fucked up. And he's where he belongs, in prison. He should not be out in this free world potentially preying on other underage girls.
Yeah, he was a complete predator.
Yeah.
Like when the story all came out,
he was a predator.
He was a complete predator. Like just being a man with daughters, and like he was a complete fucking predator. Like just a straight creep. But honestly, like everybody want to point the finger at R.K., but it's a lot of dudes out here that's predators and fucking like it's so easy. Like once somebody like in the limelight gets put in the limelight and everybody goes, oh yeah, you're a predator. But honestly, like growing up, like it was always like older dudes dropping the same girls off to high school and shit, junior high. Like it's a lot of dudes who fuck with young girls. It's girls who like fucking with older men. Cause there was the dudes with the cars. Like there was you know what I mean? You got the 16-year-old girl in high school. She fucking the 21, 22-year-old dope dealer in the hood with the car, and he dropping her off and said like that. It was always going on growing up.
And it always will go on.
You know what I mean?
This is just the reality of life. It always will go on, and the rules are different in different states and different countries. And what I don't understand is like, okay, if you're R. Kelly and you have this fetish for younger looking women, go get some 18-year-olds who look young,
different country though.
Who look young and just work that shit out in your head. You don't need an actual 15-year-old.
Go to a different country where it don't matter.
It don't matter. Like, if that's what you want to do, get your little sick fetishes out over there.
Yeah, go to fucking Thailand, like
wherever. But no. But R. Kelly, I think at some point, like you get, because R. Kelly, now he's this broke down dude in prison, but R. Kelly's a superstar.
Yeah,
He's one of the great R&B voices and producers of our lifetime. Not only was he producing himself, but he was producing for he was producing for Michael Jackson, right?
Everybody.
Like he was doing he was writing mega hits. You know, I remember interviewing Omarion. R. Kelly wrote some of their hits. Like,
some of B2K?
B2K hits, yeah.
I don't even
Girlfriend.
Oh, he wrote that?
Yeah, that was R. Kelly.
Oh, shit.
You can see his fingerprints all over that shit. You know, Lil Wayne's baby mother. What's her name?
Toya?
No, the other one.
What's her name? Fucking Nivea?
Nivea. R. Kelly wrote hits for her.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that what's her? She had one big. She got like one. She really only had one big.
R.
hit.
Kelly wrote that one.
Yeah, he wrote that
like,
one.
trust me, if R. Kelly, I remember me and Boskoe were going back and forth about this. If R. Kelly had a versus,
he would kill it.
I don't know any living person that could really stand
fuck
up.
with R.
I mean,
Kelly
think about
right
it.
now.
A versus with R. Kelly, who can you pick? Who's alive? Who's alive?
Drake. Drake.
Maybe, yeah.
Drake is
not
got a lot of hits.
Yeah, but Drake is not really R&B, like strictly R&B like that. He's back and forth.
But he got enough R&B songs where he could compete. Like he got a lot.
I would say that R. Kelly's R&B catalog kills Drake's R&B catalog.
Yeah, of course. No, of course.
R&B now total catalog, it's a conversation. But who has an R&B catalog right now that can fuck with R. Kelly? See what I mean?
Nobody that I could think.
So what I'm saying is he is so big in his own mind and in the world at large that he's just thinking, listen, this shit don't apply to me. Like Michael Jackson. Whatever, I'm going to hang out with kids. I don't care what y'all say. I'm Michael Jackson.
That shit was strange as shit, though.
You know?
It's a beautiful thing to share your bed with a chick. Mike, nah, that shit was weird as I ain't gonna lie, Mike was weird with that one, though. I ain't gonna let you.